Hi everybody, we're in Fushun, China, and that's more northern China, and today we are going to be talking about the fully autonomous driving hardware that Tesla just press released on Wednesday. And you can let go of the camera now. You don't have to hold it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm traveling with my ultra lightweight tripod, so if you push the record button and you're not holding the camera, the whole thing will just tip over. But it was either that or my 20-pound tripod. Anyways, back to the news. On Wednesday, Pacific US time, Tesla made a series of press releases that all Model S, Model X, and Model 3 vehicles, starting from now going forward, will incorporate the hardware for full autonomous driving. And we're going to go over some of what that means and what kind of hardware they will have. Now, advanced sensor coverage. Well, first, this is an amazing step in the right direction. And just like the original Autopilot, while these features will not be available right now, even though it will have, even the prototype already has the ability to do full autonomous driving, as demonstrated in Tesla's own demonstration video of it. It's more of a legality reason is the initial holdback, since it is not yet legal except in the experimental testing cars of what Tesla has to use full autonomy on public streets. And even then, you still have to have someone behind the wheel to take over, which that's what you want. That and say I told you so. Someone asked me, doesn't Elon drive to work every day? Well, no, his car has been driving him to work for him. So let's go over what kind of hardware changes that we are seeing. And I am on real limited resources here. Chances are this video is not even going to upload until I'm back into the US due to the Great Firewall of China blocking just about everything, which is also why this has been so delayed for the recording. So, advanced sensor coverage. 8 surround cameras provide 360 degrees of visibility around the car at up to 250 meters of range. Now, this statement's slightly misleading. Actually, I think they're reworded a little bit. Depending on what articles you see, it just in general, it states 250 meters of range in general. It has nothing to do with the sensors. The 250 meters of range is the actual camera, forward-facing long-range camera. 12 updated ultrasonic sensors complement this vision, allowing for detection of both hard and soft objects at nearly twice the distance of the prior system. Forward-facing radar with enhanced processing provides additional data about the world on a redundant wavelength that is able to see through heavy rain, fog, dust, and even the car ahead. Now, we've seen the current Autopilot cars are using the enhanced radar processing, since that's all it was basically software tweaks, hacks, different programming. So we've already seen what I call an X-ray radar, as it's able to see through things that pretty much everything else can't. Let's see, narrow forward camera has a max distance of 250 meters. The main forward camera has a max distance of 150 meters, and the wide forward camera has a max distance of 60 meters. The current Autopilot car's main camera would be about the same as the main camera, forward camera on the autonomous vehicles. Approximately 150 meter range, and I've measured that to be fairly accurate. based on when it corresponds with slowdowns, say on the freeway at higher speeds. In fact, the cars do already see a further distance away than what is actually displayed on your dash screen. The radar, and that once again goes hand in hand with the radar, because the radar's max distance is 160 meters. It also has forward-looking side cameras, and these cameras are placed in, I don't know, but the forward-looking side cameras, which are very important for your turns. If you're going to make a right turn, left turn, the side cameras have to be able to see what's around the corner. Make sure there's not a pedestrian standing there. Those have approximately 80-meter range. Let's see, then they go on to the ultrasonics. Now they're still using the 12 ultrasonic sensors. Or is it, let's see, 12, right now we have, 12. You have 6 surrounding the front, 6 surrounding the back, and those are on the bumpers. Those are not present on the doors at this time. Who knows what they do in the future, but that pretty much covers it. The ultrasonics currently, or will now have a max distance of 8 meters, whereas the first generation Autopilot sensors had a maximum distance of 4 meters. The rear view camera has a max distance of 50 meters, and the rearward looking side cameras have a max distance of 100 meters. So if this was the car, you have 3 cameras facing forward, you have a main camera facing backward, and then you have 2 side cameras coming off at an angle pitch. And basically that covers all your blind spots. The car will be able to create a 360-degree picture due to its advanced processing. And basically, the car will not have a blind spot. The only blind spot it's going to have is directly down and straight up. So unless you plan on, well, even, let's see, semi-trailer. No, it should still detect semi-trailers now. Let's see. Wide, main, and narrow forward cameras. They say 120-degree fisheye lens captures traffic lights, obstacles cutting into the path of travel, and objects at close range. Particularly useful in urban, low-speed maneuvering. The main camera covers a broad spectrum of cases, so that's pretty much the same, once again, as our current Autopilot camera. And narrow provides a focused, long-range view of distant features useful in high-speed operation. So for those freeway drives, you'll be able to see objects at a much greater distance than currently available. Forward-looking side cameras have a 90-degree redundant forward-looking side. Right? 90-degree redundant forward-looking side cameras look for cars unexpectedly entering your lane on the highway and provide additional safety when entering intersections with limited visibility. The rearward-looking side cameras monitor rear blind spots on both sides of the car, important for safety, changing lanes, and merging into traffic. And the rear camera provides a huge, huge view. Now, think of it like your rear backup camera. I'm one of those people that leave the rear camera on all the time, and that provides an absolutely massive field of view, so much so that you can actually even see your own license plate in the fisheye lens view of that rear backup camera. So basically a similar camera is being used, if not, they might actually even be using the backup camera now for that rear, which would be a smart idea. I mean, it's already there. Why add more than you have to? And that will give you useful in performing complex parking maneuvers. Okay, radar. The radar does have a wavelength that passes through fog, dust, rain, snow, and under cars. Radar plays an essential role in detecting and responding to forward objects. ultrasonic sensors effectively double the range with improved sensitivity using uniquely coded signals. This is similar to what they did with the forward-facing radar. They're using I guess you could say, a time coding the radar or the ultrasonic pulses. Of course, useful for detecting nearby cars. Now, of course, ultrasonic is much more limited in range than radar. So you're only looking at 8 meters with the new system. It was 4 meters with the old system. And of course, great for parking. Because think of it, you're driving through that parking lot and you're going down the center of that parking lot lane. Now the radar will be able to measure a much greater distance. Before, you'd have to hug one side or the other, depending on what side you wanted to park on, for the car to be able to detect that empty space and then judge, hey, yeah, I think I could fit there, and then back in. Now you can measure both sides much better, especially in larger parking lots. Now, here is where the magic happens, and you might have heard Tesla has currently partnered with NVIDIA. Oh yes, the graphics card and very high-end GPU processing company. To make sense of all this data, a new onboard computer with over 40 times the computing power of the previous generation runs the new Tesla-developed neural net for vision, sonar, and radar processing software. Basically, before Tesla was using Mobileye, which had a very, very limited hardware apparently, and they had a number of disagreements on how to proceed. And honey, yes, I'm almost done. Okay, say hi.
Hello.
Yes, that's my fiancée.
Will be wife.
Will be wife, yes.
Yeah.
And don't worry, I'll be live broadcasting that to the channel. The Mobileye and Tesla had a nasty breaking up, so Tesla decided to go their own route, and they're doing all their own in-house stuff now. And they've also partnered with NVIDIA, who's probably going to be who has been supplying the previous generation of computing hardware on the Model S car and X cars, but now they have finally brought it into the next stage. So at the very least, maybe our in-car browsers will actually be functional, have enough processing power to use those browsers. Together, this system provides a view of the world that the driver alone cannot access, seeing in every direction simultaneously, and it's capable, due to all the sensors, the radar, the camera equipment, it can see wavelengths that the human eyes cannot see. So it can see infrared, you got the radar seeing at different frequency, you got this ultrasonics, so it can paint such a huge picture of the world just using that alone. Personally, I'm one of those in the boat that still say Tesla should incorporate a LiDAR system of some sort, but apparently at this time it's not going to happen. So I guess if eyes are good enough for a human driver, eyes plus sonar plus radar should be good enough for an autonomous driver. Let's see. And of course, Tesla's got the deep neural network that's already been learning quite a bit from all us autopilot drivers. And greater levels of reliability than those achieved with classical vision processing techniques. Now, enhanced autopilot. Now, I'm hoping some of this enhanced autopilot stuff might be available to previous gen autopilot drivers. I'm hoping, since we still haven't really gotten features that were promised at the initial autopilot launch, which a lot of it, we weren't holding our breath too much since we already kind of had the notion that better hardware wasn't required. But enhanced autopilot adds new capabilities to the Tesla autopilot driving experience. Your Tesla will match speed to traffic conditions. It already kind of does that. Keep within a lane, automatically change lanes without requiring driver input. I personally think that one should be doable already now with the existing hardware. since even with the 4 meter, it can still detect if there's vehicles around, or maybe just require a driver tap confirmation on the cruise control stalk before changing lanes. Transition from one freeway to another, exit the freeway when your destination is near, self-park. We'll never get that with the existing Autopilot suite. Be summoned to and from your garage. Right now it's limited, but the summoning to and from the garage with the autonomous, I can finally say autonomous driving suite, is with all the additional hardware. It will be able to do more than just a straight line. Right now, the existing Autopilot cars can only do a straight line. It will be able to then actually turn, bank around corners, follow a winding driveway. That'd be kind of neat. And hopefully at that point, we'll definitely not have the 40-foot limitation. Now, unfortunately, one early downside for those that are getting their Model S's, they will not have access to even features that existing Autopilot drivers currently have. Tesla's enhanced Autopilot software is expected to complete validation and be rolled out to your car via an over-the-air update in December 2016, subject to regulatory approval. But, well, many of the features are still in testing and being tested until the fully developed. Some features will not be at full capability. It will also have Auto Steer Plus with the new Tesla Vision cameras, sensors, and computing power. Your Tesla will navigate tighter, more complex roads. Smart Summon. With Smart Summon, your car will navigate more complex environments and parking spaces, maneuvering around objects necessary to come to you. So say someone left a flower pot in the middle of your driveway. The car will navigate around your flower pot. Just as an example, or actually garbage can would probably be a better example. And of course, down to the meat and potatoes, full self-driving capability. Build upon Autopilot and order full self-driving capability on your Tesla. This doubles the number of active cameras from 4 to 8. So if you do not get self-driving capability on your new Model S, you will only get enhanced Autopilot, which uses only 4 cameras and no full autonomous self-driving functions. All you will need to do is get in your car and tell it where to go. If you don't say anything, the car will look at your calendar and take you there as the assumed destination, or just home if nothing's on the calendar. Your Tesla will figure out the optimal route to navigate urban streets, even without lane markings. Without lane markings. That is something we've been waiting for, because the existing with needing lane markings, even when there's lane markings, the existing Autopilot's been having trouble maintaining a lane. Stop signs, roundabouts. I'd like to comment on roundabouts. I did train my car to do roundabouts, albeit at the lowest possible Autopilot speed, but my car has navigated roundabouts. Very nerve-wrackingly, but it has done it. When you arrive at your destination, simply step out at the entrance and your car will enter Park Seek mode. Automatically search for a spot and park itself. Tap on your phone, summons it back to you. Please note, self-driving functionality is dependent on extensive software validation and regulatory approval, which may vary widely by jurisdiction. It is not possible to know exactly when each element, blah blah blah, disclaimers of course. They also talk about using an autonomous car for ride sharing and ride hailing. For friends and family is fine, but doing so for revenue purposes will only be permissible on the Tesla network. Details which will be released next year. Basically, that's saying that if you're going to send a car to go pick up a friend, fine. can navigate down the street all by itself. But if you're going to use it as, say, a Uber taxi without anybody in the car, that's not going to be, it's just not kosher. There you're going to have to join Tesla's ride-sharing network. So Tesla is now also revolutionizing ride-sharing. So bye-bye Uber, bye-bye Lyft. We don't need you anymore. From home, all you will need to do is get in and tell your car where to go. If you don't say anything, okay, already did that. They're just rehashing everything. Standard safety features, of course, automatic emergency braking. Side collision warning, front collision warning, and auto high beams will also still be available. So, just to recap, this is amazing, and while we knew it was coming, and just the speed in which Tesla has progressed in this hardware, I mean, going from not even having adaptive cruise control in 2013 to full autonomous hardware in 2016, a 3-year gap. Thank you, Mr. Musk. We can't wait to see more on it. I'm hoping that these improvements will also trickle down. Please don't leave us autopilot drivers high and dry. Makes me really glad I put a reservation in for a Model 3, even though I don't know how I'm going to pay for it yet. But I love my Model S, but shoot, full autonomy. Holy crap. Well,
Finish.
you're finished? Okay. I'll be done in just a second. But, full autonomy sounds great, and I know it's going to work on more modern streets. What is going to happen when full autonomy tries to navigate stuff like this? There's some crazy streets out there. But let's just keep our eyes open, and maybe we can get a test drive in one of these full autonomous cars. Who knows what's coming. Say hi, sweetie.
Hi, everybody.
This is Charlotte, and she's
I'm fat now. Sorry.
Well, she's also going to be my future co-star. So, all right, I think we've made this long enough, and I'll see if I can actually upload it tonight. Doubt it. See you later, everybody.